Welcome to Iconic Talk. This is your community's podcast with conversations about real estate, local happenings, and all things Winchester, Virginia. I'm Mark Francis, a local realtor, broker, and owner at Icon Real Estates.
And I'm Megan Eanes, a local realtor for 21 years and part of the Icon Real Estate team. Mark and I are so excited to share everything that we love about Winchester, Virginia with you. We want you to be an informed, savvy real estate consumer in today's ever-changing market.
Yep. If you want local knowledge, you've come to the right place. Well, we are in our post-apple blossom haze and fog right now. Mm-hmm. Yes. And it was an amazing weekend, right?
I think so.
Did you get out and about and see anything?
I did. Okay. I did my typical midway on Friday morning from about 10 to 12. And my husband went up to do his first stag luncheon, which he really enjoyed. So I had my girls out. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I had my girls out with us and we went downtown and they kind of wandered. There wasn't as much as there usually used to be on the midway, but we still had fun. And they got their lemonade and my daughter got her candied pecans or almonds or whatever it is. Cinnamon roasted almonds. That's it.
Sure.
We have to get them every time we're here.
Well, it was busy. I mean, I feel like the town was swarming with people, and our recommendations of like where to park and where to go, I try to follow those instructions myself, even because I had to get to my house because I live in that general area. And I didn't follow my own instructions. I tried to circle through the wrong way and got shut down by the cops and said, you got to go around and come through the west side that I knew I had suggested and I didn't follow my own advice. But it was busy.
Cinco de Mayo party on Friday night, and friends of ours where they are there, and they were over by off of 37. You could see the fireworks from their backyard. They were really neat. So
well, I did fireworks. I did the Apple Blossom Prayer Brunch. I did the Fireman's Parade. Did the Grand Marshal Parade. I feel like I did.
You're busy.
Did enough. And then even after we left early, we didn't stay for the entire 4-hour parade on Saturday. Had to go to Charlottesville to watch my son Pierce run in a race down at UVA for what's called the Dogwood Classic. So
that's awesome.
I was really busy over the weekend.
So did you take off and just relax yesterday? Sunday?
I tried to, but no. I worked and did other things and road trip to go see a friend, and it was busy. So
busy weekend.
The whole week of Apple Blossom is now behind us. We get to look forward to looking forward. Right. We have Mother's Day coming up.
We do on Sunday.
The other thing that I didn't even share. So we'll get to Mother's Day in a second, maybe in the ending here. But I did run in the race. Remember that was 10K? Yes. Remember that was the big debate.
Yes, you did it last year too, didn't you? So how did you do in comparison?
I was only off by a minute this past year.
Okay.
And so a year ago, I ran in a race in Richmond, as I'd shared, and the very next week was Apple Blossom. So I did 2 10Ks back-to-back weekends, and I trained for it. Right? So I was having my son telling me what I should be doing and how I should be running for a good 3 months before it. This past couple of weeks, I haven't been doing anything. I've been going to the gym a little bit. I've maybe run once or twice. I broke my foot last fall also.
Oh, that's right.
And so I'm coming off of all that, and I was just hoping to just survive, right?
Finish.
And so to basically finish and then only be a minute off of my Apple Blossom pace last year, and I actually beat the time that I had done a year ago in Richmond.
Wow.
So without any training, I feel like, okay, I'm doing okay.
So I guess next year, do it again.
No. It was so painful. I don't like feeling pain when I work out. I don't like running. I don't like literally I put my head down and I just see the next step and I run. And if I'm running a 10K like that, it's so distracting because people are cheering for you and calling you out. And I'm just like, I just want to stay in my lane, put the blinders on, and just get me through this.
I am not a fan of running. I used to do it, and it's been, it was before Ben was born. So it's been 19, 20 years since I ran, and I couldn't stand it. And even back when, I'd love to get in a habit of going to the gym again. But even when I did, it's just that frustrating thing about when you are trying to get yourself in shape and trying to get, prepare or training for something, figuring out what you're going to do and where you're going to start. And
that's part of it for me, and I hate running, and my son loves it, and so we just try to find this balance of, okay, I'll try to do something with you, but for me, I like a balance of just going somewhere where I can just tell me what to do.
Yeah, be mindless. I don't want to have to think. Just don't make me, because I am one of those people that I will sit there the whole time and be like, oh, it's been 10 minutes. I got 50 minutes left. Oh, it's been 20 minutes. I still have 40, and I'll count down the whole time. I mean, it's a whole mental thing. So.
And I would not push myself. I hate feeling like my muscles don't work. I hate working out and then the next day not being able to walk upstairs. So I'm like, I'm not going to want to feel that pain. So I hate it.
I'm so excited about the conversation that we're getting ready to have today.
Yeah. So we were able to just rally and find some really cool ladies from Orange Theory Fitness here in town. And we have some icon real estate people who are working out there, and there's the connection where we just knew we had to get them on this episode today. Post Apple Blossom haze and fog.
Right.
Figure out how to get back into fitness, get ready for the summertime. We have Jennifer Barlow, who's a studio manager, and also Tabby Roach, who's a head coach there at Orange Theory. And you're going to hear a little bit. Listen to where the idea and the name of Orange Theory came from. I love it. It's really cool. They have a lot of good things to share. So here is our chat with Jennifer and Tabby. Here we are with Jennifer and Tabby from Orange Theory.
Hello.
How are you guys?
We are well. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely no problem. So we will just off the bat just say that, yes, we already started to have this conversation and got sidetracked because the recording stopped. So thank you guys for coming back around. And now that you've had experience under your belt, you have all the same questions. How about that?
Okay.
We'll just repeat what we did.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Practice.
Yes. So Jennifer, I'm going to start with you because, well, first of all, I know we have people that work here at Icon Real Estate that have been going to Orange Theory and have been just sharing all kinds of positive feedback, but also feedback that's like, wow, I'm getting my butt kicked going on here. And so walk us through, I mean, even before we get into the kind of the dirt of what happens at Orange Theory, just tell us about yourself.
Tell us about myself. I would like to just segue for a second and give Dave Spence a big shout out if that's how we're starting this off. Because
sure.
Dave
Dave
is
Spence.
great
He's
for our
the man.
business. Yes, we love Dave. Thank you, Dave Spence, if you're listening.
He can be the voice of for anybody. I mean,
He
Yes, he is.
he'll sell, like, what's the adage? Iced Eskimo. He can do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Like he'll convince anybody.
Yeah.
Can I just say before we continue, Dave Spence, that man. So I have never, in my 6 years working at Orange Theory, seen someone move a treadmill from running on it, like pull it away from the wall. This man, he comes into the studio. I've never seen it, and every time I come in, one of the treadmills is out. And I'm like, was Dave here?
Dave was here.
Yes,
Rearranging
Dave was
furniture.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
there you
funny.
go. Yeah. Well, so Jennifer, just tell us how you came to town. Like
Okay.
about, just kind of tell us about yourself.
Tell us about myself. I am a mom of 3. I am originally from North Carolina, the Greensboro area of North Carolina. I have moved to the Northern Virginia, D.C. area in 2004 and then moved to West Virginia 15 years ago. My professional experience really has a lot to do with working in management, a couple of different venues. I've worked in healthcare management for a little while, but mostly have always come back to my passion, which is management in the fitness industry. Worked for a couple of different franchise brands throughout the last several years and find myself with a job at Orange Theory since this past fall, and I really love it. I feel extremely happy and at home in our studio and with the brand.
So what brought you to the area?
My husband got a job with the government, so we moved up from North Carolina to the D.C. area and then decided to start a family and decided that we did not want to live in the D.C. area when we were starting our family.
Good call.
Yes.
Good call. Yeah. Tabby, how about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am from Indiana. I lived there for most of my young adult life. And then I moved to Virginia when I was 14, 15 years old with my mom who got remarried. He's from here, so she moved out here to be with him. And I've been here ever since.
They
and
dragged you along, yeah?
Dragged me along, yeah. At that age, you need your mom. So I was like, you know what?
I do love, I will add from the first conversation that they met on MySpace.
Yes, they met on
so
MySpace.
Awesome. It's like
You don't
the
remember
original
MySpace?
online dating.
I know, it's crazy.
The OG.
It blows my mind. What was I saying? So yeah, I moved out here. Culture shock for sure, just because I'm from small town, cornfields, nothing, really small school. Everyone knows everyone. We had a tractor day at our school. It's like you drove your
Cool.
tractor to school. That's how small and like out there we were.
Wow.
And then to Virginia, just culture shock, very different, but I love it. I love that I've been able to have both experiences and kind of see just different life, which is cool. And I'm a cat mom. I got 2 cats.
Nice.
So love animals. And I've been at Orange Theory for 6 years now.
Wow,
And
cool.
it is my favorite gym job, I guess, if you can call it work. I love it. Coaching is super fun, but I've worked at a couple different types of box gyms, and moving to Orange Theory, the boutique gym, is just night and day how much they care about their members and the people that they're for, versus the other ones I worked for, it was all about the money, less about the members. So I really truly love that about the brand.
Well, it's important to like where you work, to have kind of just that pride and, hey, I'm going to work every day and I'm having fun doing it.
Yes.
You know, so what got you guys into the fitness industry to where like you're actually having fun and working out and working and getting paid all at the same time? What brought you into that world?
You go first?
I'll go first. I started a journey to lose weight and improve my health. At this point now, it's probably a solid 5 to 6 years ago since I started that. After the birth of my third child, I went to the doctor's office for a checkup, stepped on the scale, was really just beside myself, decided the lows, to think about how much you miss the highs that you work so hard for.
Right.
So it's definitely kind of a process in finding your own self-motivation to continue to be healthy for yourself and your family.
Yeah, you're the only person that can control things for yourself.
Yes,
you know,
literally.
I mean, you can get yelled at by a coach and yelled at by your spouse or whoever else as much as you want, but like it comes down to kind of the personal motivation.
Yes.
Yeah,
I say that during workouts all the time over the microphone, because tell them you are the only one who can hold yourself accountable. I can yell at you all day, but you have to do the damn thing.
So you have a loud speaker, you have a microphone that you're yelling at people, okay? But so what got you to that point? What got you into the fitness world?
Oh my gosh. I've always been active. I've always loved sports. And then after high school, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have sports anymore. Like recreationally I did, but I was always on a team. And I wanted to keep exercising, keep working out. And so I decided to get into fitness and the gym, like being a trainer. So I studied, and I've just always been passionate about it. It's always been something fun that I've enjoyed. And I was sharing my journey just on social media and stuff, and people would ask me questions, and I was still trying to figure everything out myself. And it's hard. Like the fitness world online, there's so much, and there's so much garbage out there. And so just wading through all of that crap has been a mission. But I love that I've been able to get through it and then share my wisdom with other people. It feels good to help people do things the right way, because the fad diets and the crap you see online, don't eat like a rabbit, don't lift weights, you'll get bulky, like look like a man, and it's like
eat between noon and 6 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, don't or cut out everything that you love in life and be miserable. It's like, no, it doesn't take that. And so I wanted to be that beacon for other people, and so that's what kind of inspired me to do it. And then I started at a box gym as a fitness trainer, and it was one of the big names, and it was awful. Like I loved being able to train people, but they would just take advantage of them, like the business would, and it was all about the money. And I couldn't like help people the way that I wanted to, and so I stopped doing that. And I heard about Orange Theory, and someone was like, "Go take a workout, like see if you like it." And literally the day I went in to take my workout, I took it. I had no idea what I was getting into, and immediately after the class, I went up to the coach and was like, "Can I get a job here?" And it was literally like, that was it. I started, well, they weren't hiring at the time, but I was determined. I was like, please give me a shot. Like I can do this. And I actually have a fear of public speaking. I hate speaking in front of people, but when I'm in the gym, like, I don't know what it is. That's like the one place where I feel comfortable, and just, I know that I'm helping people lead a healthy lifestyle and, get their workout in and just get on with their day. And it just feels good. It's fun.
Well, you've said a couple different times, both of you, kind of, there's the right way of doing things, or there's what you've kind of seen in the past and what you're experiencing now. Walk us through kind of what you see Orange Theory doing and what you are doing that in your mind is the better option. What kind of separates kind of the others from what you guys do?
Sorry, am I good? Yeah,
you're good.
Okay. I personally like the way that Orange Theory, they don't have an agenda. This is your life, your fitness. There are like, come in and get a nice workout with us, but it's not like you have to do this particular thing, this particular way, or there's no, I don't know how to describe it, because you go to certain trainers or I don't know, people who are keto advocates, and it's like, there is one way and this is it. This is all you can do and this is how you get there. And it's like, that's a load of crap. There's so many ways to get to this grand prize. And Orange Theory like embraces that. Like, we're all coming from different backgrounds. We all have different goals, and just get in here and move your body. And they're science-based, which I absolutely love. They are all about just the basics, like drink your water, get good sleep, practice stress management, move your body. All of those things are super important. They're not trying to take you down this specific avenue that's unrealistic and unattainable. They want everyone to be successful, and that's what I love about it.
So it is a franchise,
yeah,
right? And so I'm curious of like the Orange Theory name. Like, what does that stand for? Where did that come from?
So in Orange Theory, you wear a heart rate monitor while you work out. The heart rate monitor tracks your body throughout your entire workout, and the goal behind the name of Orange Theory and what is backed by science is to have you working out in your orange heart rate zone for as much of that hour-long workout as possible. I think it's pretty safe to say, and I'm sure Tabby would agree with me with both of our experience, most people in general are not going to push themselves to the level of working out in their home gym or their gym with their friends in their community, where you are truly working out in that orange heart rate zone. When you do that, your body burns fat for, we say, 24 to 36 hours after your workout. So you're putting in an hour of your day, and your body's working for you for the next day after. When you're going to work, when you're feeding the kids, when you're going to the grocery store, your body is still working off of that one workout. As we touched base on a little bit prior to this, it's not always easy, but it is definitely always doable for everyone. We have people taking the same class age 14 up to, I think our oldest member is 86, and she comes twice a week with her friends.
And they'll do the same workout.
Everybody does the same workout. You have an option to walk on the treadmill if that's what your starting level of physical fitness is. You can walk uphill when you feel like you've mastered the walking and you want to add a little bit of a challenge to it. And then we have people, like we mentioned, Dave Spence, that all out run on the treadmill.
12 miles per hour, 15% incline every time.
We love you, Dave.
Well, so if that's what I'm curious to kind of walk us through what it looks like when you attend a class, because you're talking about these hour-long classes, and you're on a microphone, Tabby, yelling at people, encouraging people, I should say, probably.
I like to say yelling, but you're right.
Yelling, motivating, encouraging. and if anyone from the age of 14 to 86 can do the same thing, what does that look like when you walk in the door?
So you walk in the door, we have a beautiful, beautiful studio. It is clean, it's high-end, it's gorgeous. The staff loves to be there. I think that is also one of my favorite things about it. And I always say this to my children as we go to other gyms in our home life. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I get so frustrated because you're spending this money on this product and the bathrooms are disgusting and the staff has no idea how to operate half of the equipment in the machine, and you ask someone a question and they're on their cell phone the whole time. And we're the complete and exact opposite of that. Our staff is very well trained. We work together very well. All of us are very invested in different ways in the product, in the brand, but most importantly in our members. And I think Tabby would also agree with me that everyone on our staff brings, I guess, a different piece to the overall cake that is Orange Theory Winchester. We all have lots of different strengths and different weaknesses, and we complement each other very well in all of those areas. And I think our members would agree that we really provide just the best experience for them. It's very high-end, it's classy, but it's also fun and motivating. And so we do have a structured workout environment like we touched base on earlier. You cannot just kind of walk in the door and start working out. It is a class schedule. So we operate off of that schedule. You come in typically 10 minutes or so before your class, so you can kind of put your stuff away, get settled. You get signed in. Tabby mentioned earlier that there are stations in the studio, so you kind of pick your own station. Where do you want to work out today? Do you want to be next to the window and, have a little view outside? Or do you want to be...
Oh,
be
so
surprised.
People can fight over the locations.
You have no idea. Some people have T-shirts that say like Tread 7.
Yes.
It's like they wear it to the workout. It's a thing.
Don't touch this, right?
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. So you get signed in, you pick your station. Like we said earlier, a lot of people kind of have friends now that they like to work out with. We have 2 gentlemen that typically come to our 6 a.m. class that didn't know each other at all before Orange Theory, and now we love it because they've just become fast friends. They push each other, they motivate each other, they have their own little bromance that we love to see blossom in Orange Theory's walls.
What does a typical workout look like?
I'm gonna let the head coach answer that one.
So much pressure.
Tabby, go.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, no. So when you come in, our traditional workout, we have a few different styles. So traditional, like Orange Theory, cream of the crop, you come in, you'll spend 23 minutes on the treadmill. It is interval training. So think of it as not one long 23-minute run, because I would scream and run away, but just like little intervals. So say you push for a minute and then you slow down for a minute, and they just break it up and make it bite-sized and doable for you. So you spend 23 minutes there and then 23 minutes on the floor side, which we call the floor side. So we have dumbbells, we have Bosu balls, we have TRX straps, and we also have rowers. So you kind of do a combination of everything depending on the theme of the workout for the day. And you'll spend 23 minutes there. And so like a 60-minute, just you get a little warm up in the beginning, you get your meat and potatoes in the middle, and then at the end we get a little cool down and just like hang out.
So you're not having to figure out what you're doing when you're in there. You can literally come in, not have to think about it at all, and someone's going to tell you what to do the entire time.
With the microphone, the coach should be telling you everything you need to know.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. The hardest part is, if the music's popping and you're loving the music, but the coach is talking, it's hard to listen. You gotta
sometimes.
Stay
focused a little bit.
Oh yeah, and then they'll come after you if you don't. No, I'm kidding. But it's a good time. It's a good time.
It is. That is one of my favorite parts about it as a working mom of 3 kids. Time is my most precious resource in my life right now. And so I love that I can just take a class. I don't have to think about a single thing of what I'm going to do, how am I going to do it. I know that I have a incredibly highly certified trainer, watching my form so I don't get injured, because nobody has any time for that. And then at the same time, they're pushing me way outside of my comfort zone. But I think I really liked what Tabby said, where it's just like little snippets of time. Interval training is definitely also kind of proven to be one of the most effective ways to, lose body fat and increase your endurance. And you do so much in Orange Theory, you do so much on the treadmill and on the rower that, for me personally, I would never be able to do that on my own, and I would never push myself to that level, and I just get into kind of autopilot zone. And like we said, the music's great, the coach is motivating you. Before you know, your 23, 25 minutes on the treadmill is up, and you have done so much more than you probably thought that you could, than you would have if you were on your own. You really just push yourself outside of your comfort level, but it doesn't really feel like you're doing that too much. You just get in the flow and you go with it. The app that we have is very, very interactive, and at the end of every single workout, you get an email that has all of your statistics from that workout, to include how many steps did you take, how far did you run. We just now did a really big IT install in the studio, which is amazing because we put the interactive tablets onto the rowers. Those are gorgeous, and they give out the same information for the rowing statistics that our members have been getting solely for the treadmill until a couple weeks ago. So you really get a whole breakdown of what you put your body through, also what you put your mind through in that hour. And
that's cool.
It's pretty,
because people get competitive, or at least not with themselves too.
Yes.
Like my wife is looking at her steps all the time, and she'll be texting her friends, be like, "I beat you today," because they'll be tracking. So you have that kind of interactive component as well of just seeing okay, where do I stand today? How do I compare to last week? You're tracking stats for people. That's fun. That's cool.
What's your wife doing tomorrow morning?
That's a good question. Probably working. Okay. Yeah. Oh, she would get competitive. Let me tell you.
What does a typical class size look like?
It kind of depends. So we can have anywhere up to, for our regular class, 24 people. So 12 stations on the tread side, 12 stations on the rower side. So about 24.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a monitor in there that has everybody's stuff? So does it have their names, or does it just have their station?
It'll have so there's a big TV in the top center, and if you're wearing a heart rate monitor, you'll be on the screen, and it just has your heart rate up there.
It's like a live interactive video game.
Yes,
it is.
You're living out
cool.
your video game life is on the big screen of tracking how your competition is doing, right?
You get to see in real time.
And I was going to say, if you're a private person and you don't want to have, your whole name up there, you can certainly just put your initials or something like that, so that not everyone has to know what it is that what you're doing. And it's funny because we have a lot of members that say I don't need the heart rate monitor. And, it is obviously a huge component to our brand, and it's really gives you the meat and potatoes of what you're doing while you're there.
When you get into the orange zone.
Yes. You want to see that. And so we of course always try to sell the heart rate monitors, but obviously it's not necessary. At the end of the day, we do just want everyone to come in and move your body. Like your body's going to make the changes if you're coming to the workouts, regardless of whether you're wearing a heart rate monitor or not. However, you definitely do see the people that opt to forego the heart rate monitor when they sign up for membership, come back very shortly thereafter and purchase the heart rate monitor.
Nice. Yeah. So you mentioned like the 6 o'clock class has a couple guys, bromance created just because they didn't know each other coming in. There's this family-like, community-like atmosphere that's going on. It sounds like that you're kind of bringing the town of Winchester together in a way of building a little bit of a family.
That's our goal.
Yeah. So, I mean, what is your kind of ultimate goal? I mean, this is a franchise and you're trying to reach out to people in the community. And that's really what we're about here with Iconic Talk. Just talking about like bringing people together, sharing how Winchester's a cool town and
what our community offers.
Yeah, and what we offer. So give us the details of how they can be a part of Orange Theory and how they can get connected with you. What does that look like? What does membership look like? And how they get plugged in?
We have several different membership options. I do always like to tell everyone, we give you a free workout first, right off the bat. If you're serious about changing your fitness, changing your health, getting in shape, come see us. You get a free workout. Give us a call. Look on Facebook, on Instagram, find us. Like, we will get you into the studio and we will take care of everything else after that. Like, you have to make the first step to want to show up. And like we said earlier, show up for yourself, get your foot in the door, and then we can walk you through absolutely everything else. We definitely, I think, are all very understanding that not everyone walks into Orange Theory in the same level of physical fitness as everyone else. And so people have, their own personal hangups with getting in shape that we have to take our time and our resources to work through those. And we want everyone to feel comfortable is our main goal. We have talked about, the family environment. And I will say, I think out of anywhere in the fitness industry I've worked, I've never seen a family environment like I have at Orange Theory. And it's really kind of awesome because it just really, I think, goes to show that these people come to the studio and they find each other and they make friends and they build healthy competition, or just find people that they like to do things with outside of the fitness studio. And we really like fostering that level of community. We do, monthly events where everyone goes out, we go to dinner, have drinks together. We really like supporting other small businesses. So we try to go to bars and restaurants that our members own so we can give back to them a little bit and support them as much as they support us. But we really want to cultivate that happy, healthy, and thriving environment. I think that when people come through our doors and they see the cleanliness of the studio and just kind of the overall, for lack of a better word, vibe that we offer, like everyone just really has a good time and is happy.
So get a free class, right?
Free
Definitely.
class.
Free class.
That's a good, easy first step. Figure it out.
Free class for everybody. Yes.
And talk to you guys when they get there.
Yes.
Where are you located? And I mean, is there a website to look at, or a phone number, or an email, or address? Tell us, like, what are the next steps? Like, where do we get this free class?
You get this free class. You can give us a call. We are located on South Pleasant Valley. So we are kind of in the heart of that part of Winchester, right on the outskirts of downtown. We are right across the street from Hobby Lobby and right behind Chipotle. So we're 2016 South Pleasant Valley. You can find us at Orange Theory Fitness Winchester online. We love our Instagram page. People always reach out to us on that, on Facebook as well.
And look for one of you guys when they get there, right?
Always, yes. We always have.
Do they need advance notice? Should somebody say, "Hey, I'm showing up to go to this class"?
Yes, we do want advance notice because there is a process to get someone in the door. We want to talk to you about the workout, about the heart rate monitor system. When you come to take a free class, you have a heart rate monitor for that class. So we want to walk you through that, tell you about what to expect. It's definitely not something we kind of want you rushing in the door and just hopping on the treadmill to go through. We like to take time for those people to speak with our head coach ahead of the class a little bit and just get a rundown from them too. So we really just want everyone to feel as comfortable as possible before they're trying something new.
That's the biggest thing is we want people to come in and feel comfortable and ready to tackle it and not be, everyone's going to be a little nervous at somewhere new, but we just want warm and welcoming and come in, like, have a good workout.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer, Tabby, you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. We're going to be excited to share you on our social media pages. So we will get your word out there even more. And I can imagine just post Apple Blossom, I think people are like, okay, I had a nice weekend, but it's time to get back on the health kick.
Right.
So
summer's right around the corner.
Summer's right around the corner. There you go. There's a good motivating factor right there. So Well, thank you guys so much. Love it. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, they were special, and I'll just thank them again because, yes, we did do half of a recording, and just the card just conked out. And it's never happened, so they were so nervous, but I think our conversation ended up way better.
Because I think they might have gotten the nerves out, and then with everything, it's just, and once you realize, I think a lot of people that have come in to have conversations with us, the sound of a podcast can seem overwhelming, but we really, especially for you listeners that or listen to us, it's just a conversation.
We're cool people, right?
It's just laid back, just a conversation. And so I was excited. I was excited both times that we had to talk to them. It's such great information, and I'm excited. I really would like to try it, and especially with the opportunity for anybody. I mean, anybody that wants to go in there, you can actually just take a free class, see what you think. I did learn, though, it sounds like you need to go ahead and pre-plan for that. Let them know that you're coming and when you want to come for that class, so that they can kind of take the time to spend with you, to talk to you about it a little bit and discuss, the heart monitors, those types of things.
But, and I learned, just the whole orange theory and how the science behind it all, and the heart rate monitors, that would be really cool to just know where. And I don't wear any kind of like fitness devices or that tell me about my steps and things like that. But I would like to. I would like to see that and have the heart monitor. I mean, that's the trend these days with any professional athlete or even college athletes, that they're wearing all those things. And then there's the fitness and the science behind the fitness to keep up with it. So it makes sense to have a gym that you go to where they're tracking where your progress is and making sure that you're in the sweet spot in that orange zone.
And they can see it. So it's not like if let's say you're on the treadmill and you're walking and I don't really want to do this. And, you're on there and I'm doing it as hard as I can, but you can see that, you're whatever. I don't know what the other colors are, but you're not even close to orange. And so that you can push it, and it's a visual thing for you mentally and also for your coaches, I guess, to help kind of push you too.
Yeah. So it's the right amount of of a workout that gives you what you need and then makes you feel better about yourself afterwards, because you're like, okay, yes, I actually accomplished something today.
So, I highly recommend to anybody that's even curious, take advantage of the free class. See what it's all about. See if you like it and if it's something that you want to do and become a member.
Yeah. Well, we alluded to Mother's Day earlier in the show. And so because of that, I'm sure there's a few things that are going on this weekend in town related to Mother's Day.
One of my favorite things, and I have done this, and ever since actually the first year of my very first Mother's Day, I remember going here with my son in a backpack carrier. It's the 33rd annual garden fair at Blandy Farm at the State Arboretum.
Oh, cool.
So that happens every Mother's Day. It's $10 per car in advance, or $15 at the gates. So that's just a really cool thing. They have all kinds of different events and vendors, and of course plants for sale. So it's just a fun thing. There's also a youth trout derby on Friday at Clearbrook Park. That's in the evening. And then on Saturday, there's a Valor 5K and Valor Kids Mile. That's going to be to benefit the Frederick County Sheriff's Office Youth Camp. We also, there's a lot of kid stuff. There's a Kid Fest. That's also Saturday, noon to 5. That's on Old Town Winchester. Downtown. So there's going to be a free stuff for the whole family, all kinds of entertainment, crafts, performances, musical performances, games, and what, who knows what else, but lots of fun things, it looks like. And on top of that, down in Middletown is going to be the Of Ale and History Beer Festival. That's going to be Saturday from 11 to 6 at the Belgrove Plantation.
Well, it makes sense to have kids stuff for Mother's Day weekend, families doing things together. So I'll pick one of those and I'll do it. I mean, it could be fun.
I think so too.
Well, thank you so much for everyone listening and just being a part of our show today. We really hope you learned something. I know I did from this episode, and look forward to sharing more with you next week. Remember, when you look for a real estate professional, make sure they're experienced, innovative, personal, dedicated, and available. And we appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. And we would love it if you take a moment to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. Yeah. And thanks so much to our editor extraordinaire, Simeon Battaglia. Until next time, think iconic.